The Harima Princess. Himeji Castle shines like a white egret in flight in the rich nature of Harima. In this castle, there once lived a princess named Sen. The people called her Harima Princess with respect and love. Written by Rie Okuno and Tara Posleon. Illustration by Mimako. The unknown story of Princess Sen as told by her nanny, Osakabe. Connect the past and the future at this cycling tour. Let's start with the kamishibai retelling of the tale of the Harima Princess. In 1597, as the peonies blossomed, a cute princess was born into the Tokugawa family at Fushimi Castle in Kyoto. The princess's name was Sen, and she was the eldest daughter of Hidetada, the future successor to Shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. The year before her birth, a big earthquake struck, causing significant damage to Fushimi Castle. However, having found a ray of hope in the princess's birth, her father dedicated a dazzling golden mikoshi to the goddess enshrined within the castle. I, Osakabe, was her nanny, entrusted with her care, education, and upbringing. At that time, the castle's lord was Toyotomi Hideyoshi, unifier of Japan, who had taken the title of Taiko, a title given to retired regents. When Hideyoshi fell ill, he worried about the future of his young son Hideyori, and decided his son would be married to Princess Sen. As promised, she got married at 7 years old to a boy 4 years older than her, and had to leave her mother's side. Princess Sen had grown up within the walls of Edo Castle. When the time came for her wedding, a great procession moved by gozabune from Kyoto down the river to Osaka. "Excuse me, Osakabe?" she asked softly. "When I get married, what can I do?" "Well, Princess Sen," I replied, "you can enjoy it all." Unaware of the worries surrounding her, Princess Sen's heart beat with excitement for the new world ahead. Her wedding attire was not overflowing with luxuries, yet more than 1,000 ships followed in the procession, turning it into a breathtaking spectacle. The gozabune carrying us proceeded in solemn silence, its hull shining against the beautiful, sparkling water. This scene takes place at Osaka Castle. Princess Sen had been married for 10 years. She had received a first-class education and grown into a sophisticated princess. Her husband, Hideyori, was also her cousin. At the time of their marriage, they couldn't meet often, but as they grew older, they became closer. However, as their bond deepened, the relationship between the Tokugawa and Toyotomi families gradually worsened, and our worries grew day by day. The Toyotomis were nobles, while the Tokugawas were samurai, two families of very different standing. It was then that Hideyori's daughter and son moved into Osaka Castle. I was concerned for the princess, as she was not yet pregnant herself, but I could see that she cherished and loved them. As her nanny, it filled me with pride to witness how she had grown, so gentle, so compassionate, and so aware of the painful tensions between the two families. "The castle is on fire! It's dangerous here!" some warriors shouted. Despite Princess Sen's presence there, the Tokugawas attacked Osaka Castle. The castle was in chaos, and I was ready to protect her until the end. But Princess Sen decided to appeal directly to her grandfather, hoping to save her husband and mother-in-law. The time had come. "Princess Sen, hurry up!" I called out to her as I placed on her the uchikake I had taken from the back room. It had the Tokugawa family crest on it. If a warrior saw it, they would know who she was. Outside the gate, the other maids and I carried her by cart. Amidst falling sparks, soaring arrows, and the fallen, we faced the terror of war. She shook with sadness, but we protected her as we made our way to the Tokugawa camp. Great Shogun, please, it's Sen. I've come here to plead with you to help my husband and mother-in-law. Please hear my pleas, she said, tears flowing down her cheeks, despite her desperate attempt to hold them back. Sen, you've come a long way. Your nanny must have also had a hard time. I hear your plea, but I cannot help you. You need to go to your father, Ieyasu answered. Despite her effort, however, Hidetada, her father, refused. As Osaka Castle and the Toyotomi family fell, she continued to plead with her father. Please, at least save the children. I continued to watch over her until finally her sincere words changed her father's mind. She would adopt the daughter of Hideyori, saving her from execution. Soon after, however, Princess Sen developed a high fever and lost consciousness. How deeply I worried. After a while, she began to feel better, so we left for Edo Castle. Along the way, Taratoki Honda, who is the son of the Kuwana Castle Lord, was assigned to guard the Gozabune carrying Princess Sen. He grew curious about what kind of person Sen was, and who had saved Hideyori's daughter. Princess Sen, if you're feeling okay, you can open the door. The sea breeze feels good, he called out to her. She gently opened the door. Before her lay the spectacular sea, along with a fateful encounter. Later, with Ieyasu's blessing and regard for the feelings of the couple, it was decided that Princess Sen would marry Taratoki. Meanwhile, Hideyori's daughter was sent to a divorce temple where men were forbidden to enter. Princess Sen questioned if it was okay for her to find happiness. Please don't worry. After we cut your ties with Hideyori, I will honor your wishes and become the head priest of the temple. Everybody deserves true love, I told her. They began their married life at Kuwana Castle. When they married, her grandfather granted them a substantial stipend of 100,000 koku as her keshoryo, or alimony, to reflect her higher rank, equivalent to about 10 billion yen today. Later, the Honda family was ordered to take charge of the Harima region, and we moved from Kuwana Castle to Himeji Castle. They expanded Himeji Castle and lived in the Nishinomaru area. The castle's appearance became even more beautiful, like a white egret in flight. I also accompanied her in the grand procession to Himeji, but, to our surprise, the great deity enshrined at Himeji Castle shared the same name as me, Osakabe. What a synchronicity! Taratoki invited the master swordsman Miyamoto Musashi and his sons to be his swordsmanship instructor, and never failed to train every day. The Harima people called Sen the Harima Princess, with respect and love. Princess Sen gave birth to Princess Katsu and a son, Kochiyo. She became a mother and became even more radiant and beautiful. Her birth of a boy to be their heir could not have been more auspicious. To commemorate the shoguns entrusting them the large Ataka ship, a renga, linked poetry, gathering was held in honor of Kochiyo on the floating ship. The theme of the poem was ship. Looking back, beautiful memories of the ship deeply remained in our hearts. Taratoki, Princess Sen, their parents, their younger brother and his spouse, and their children composed poems as a family. The Honda family finally had peace of mind, spending time filled with happiness. The poems recited by Princess Sen and Taratoki were filled with beautiful sounds that echoed like lapping waves. But that happiness didn't last forever. Their precious Kochiyo passed away. He was only 3 years old, at the height of his adorable years. What shock and sadness it brought. I never imagined that a day would come when I would look up at the tower of Himeji Castle with such sadness. Is it a curse from her late husband, Hideori? Terrifying rumors spread. I was wondering what to do when Princess Sen handed me something. It was a talisman given to her by Hideori. Inside, there was a piece of paper with the words, Namu Amida Butsu. Why do you still have it? I questioned, surprised. Hideori was like an older brother to her, and he was a kind and intelligent man. She sent the talisman to Ise Shonin, a great nun, for prayers. Princess Sen continued to pray about what she could do. One night, Princess Sen had a dream in which she received a divine revelation. Guided by this dream, Princess Sen built Tenmangu Shrine on Mount Otoko, near Himeji Castle. The object of worship was a wooden statue of Tenjin, Sugawara no Michizane, which Princess Sen had cherished since she was a child. It was carved by a monk, Son-i, who calmed the vengeful spirits of Sugawara no Michizane and Taira no Masakado. I never imagined that it would come to the point in which we would have to calm Hideori's spirit. I was amazed by life's mysteries. Princess Sen devoted herself to prayer at Mount Otoko's Tenmangu Shrine, wishing for a child between her and Taratoki. She also made many sincere offerings, hoping that Hideori's heart would one day be at peace. From Nishinomaru, she prayed every morning and evening without fail. However, their farewell showed the depth and preciousness of their love. The system of Sankin Kotai, the alternate year attendance in Edo, had not yet been established, but Taratoki journeyed to Edo Castle despite having just recovered from an illness. On his journey, he grew unwell again and had no choice but to return to Himeji. Taratoki was suffering from tuberculosis, believed to have been incurable at the time. The journey from Edo to Himeji for him was not an easy one. He was 31 when he passed away peacefully, his beloved Princess Sen by his side. She didn't fear death. The two remained in love until the end. As a memento of Taratoki, she received his precious sword. This sword would no longer be used in battle. It would serve as proof of peace and as her protector. Princess Sen, you faced both sorrow and joy with grace, and you truly shine, I said, moved. We took each other's hands. Osakabe, I appreciate your traveling back and forth from Edo to Himeji. I didn't want to leave here, but I have decided to return to Edo Castle with my daughter. Taratoki rests in the Honda's grave at the Enkyoji Temple, atop the sacred mountain of Shosha, along with our late son. However, I'm not allowed to visit the grave, as it's off limits to women. I will pray for them from Edo, the princess said. Unfortunately, there are still many things us women are not allowed to do. However, you are the first princess to marry for love. I pray that more women will find their paths to happiness in Himeji, I said. We looked up at Himeji Castle, which seemed to shine brighter than before. About 60 years later, Putetsuji, a training temple for women, was built in Himeji by a nun, showcasing the unlimited possibilities for women. Many of the people of Harima gathered to see the Harima Princess one last time. Both the samurai and the castle staff lined up, not wanting to forget their beloved princess. People surrounding the Otemon gate watched as Princess Sen's procession departed. The Harima Princess is departing! A loud signal for departure was given. I'm grateful for everything. The days spent at Himeji Castle were the happiest times of my life. It's very sad to leave here. I will continue to pray for peace. Her words were heartfelt. As Princess Sen's procession departed, many of Harima's people lined the street, sad to bid farewell to their beloved princess. The End.